Whether you want it or not, have you ever realized that someone seems to be living rent-free in your mind? It could be an ex-lover, a secret crush, or even just a passing acquaintance. But somehow, they still occupy a corner of your thoughts, appearing unexpectedly, uninvited, with no sign of leaving. You might be busy with work, enjoying a song, or lost in the bustling traffic, yet suddenly, their image rushes back, bringing along emotions you sometimes can't even comprehend. But is this merely a random trick of the mind? Or is there a deeper reason why they keep lingering in your thoughts? According to Carl Jung, one of the most influential thinkers in psychology, the repeated appearance of someone in your mind is not meaningless. On the contrary, it could be an important sign reflecting an unconscious part of yourself, a clue that helps you better understand who you are. Jung introduced several key concepts to explain this phenomenon, including the shadow, the unexplored or repressed aspects within each person. Sometimes, someone haunts your mind not because they are special, but because they reflect a part of yourself that you have yet to confront. They might represent fears, dreams, wounds, or desires you haven't fully acknowledged. Jung also introduced the concepts of anima, for men, and animus, for women, psychological archetypes representing the opposite aspects of one's personality. When someone repeatedly appears in your thoughts, they are likely activating a part of your anima, or animus, drawing you toward them, or leaving you confused about your connection with them. Beyond that, the phenomenon of projection, as described by Jung, could also provide a reasonable explanation. When we project our thoughts, emotions, or expectations onto someone, we may easily mistake them for having a significant role in our lives when, in reality, they are merely a reflection of our subconscious mind. Finally, the concept of synchronicity, meaningful coincidences, may explain why we sometimes feel that someone's presence in our thoughts is not random, but rather the result of an unseen connection between us and them. So, does this mean you are in love with them, obsessed, or simply that your unconscious mind is sending you a message? The answer may not lie in the other person, but within yourself. Once you understand the true reason behind this fixation, you may begin to see them and yourself in an entirely different light, with greater clarity, deeper understanding, and perhaps newfound freedom. Anima and animus, the mirror of the inner self. Carl Jung introduced two crucial concepts that help explain the complexities of human psychology: anima and animus. Anima is the feminine archetype that exists within a man's subconscious, embodying qualities such as sensitivity, intuition, empathy, and emotional connection. In contrast, animus is the masculine archetype within a woman's mind, representing rationality, decisiveness, logic, and inner strength. However, Jung emphasized that every individual carries both of these aspects, regardless of biological gender. They do not exist as opposing forces, but rather complement each other, contributing to the inner balance of every person. So, how does this relate to someone lingering in your thoughts? According to Jung, when you cannot stop thinking about someone, whether due to admiration, affection, or even frustration, it could be that they are reflecting a part of your anima, or animus, a part of yourself that you have yet to fully recognize or develop. That person is not merely an external presence. They serve as a mirror, revealing the hidden depths of your inner world. You may find yourself drawn to someone's sensitivity and emotional depth, not just because they possess these qualities, but because, deep inside, you also long for them within yourself. This could signify that you need to connect more with your emotional side instead of relying solely on logic. However, anima and animus do not always accurately reflect reality. Sometimes they create illusions, causing you to see someone not as they truly are, but through the lens of your subconscious, turning them into an idealized figure. or a symbol of something you feel you lack. This is why some relationships start with intense passion, but fall apart when reality no longer aligns with the illusion. Recognizing this is the key to freeing yourself from idealizing others. When you understand that the qualities you admire or feel are missing already exist within you, you will no longer seek them externally. Instead, you can begin the journey of inner growth. Rather than allowing someone to live rent-free in your mind, ask yourself, what part of myself are they reflecting? Once you uncover the answer, you will gain a deeper understanding of yourself and build more meaningful connections with the world around you. Imagine a meeting, not with anyone else, but with your shadow. No, this isn't the physical shadow cast by light, but the hidden part of your psyche, where you conceal aspects of yourself that you don't want to face. Carl Jung described the shadow as a part of the subconscious that holds all the traits, thoughts, and emotions you have suppressed, denied, or ignored. These could be fears, wounds, or desires buried simply because they don't align with the idealized image you want to maintain of yourself. But here's the interesting part. The people who repeatedly appear in your thoughts may actually be manifestations of this shadow. For instance, if you deeply admire someone's confidence, it might be because you lack confidence. If you are drawn to someone's creativity, perhaps you have neglected or suppressed your creative abilities for too long. But the shadow doesn't just reveal itself through admiration. It can also emerge through strong, negative reactions. If someone irritates or angers you, it could be because they embody traits that you unconsciously reject in yourself, such as arrogance, impulsiveness, or judgmental behavior. These reactions are not random. They are your subconscious mind's way of reflecting the parts of yourself that you must confront to gain a deeper understanding of who you truly are. Jung believed that our relationship with the external world reflects our relationship with ourselves. So, when someone lingers in your mind, ask yourself, what are they reflecting within me? It could remind you that a part of your soul remains unacknowledged, unexplored, or needs healing. Rather than letting them consume your thoughts, see this as an opportunity for self-discovery. When you truly understand yourself, you gain better control over your emotions and cultivate a complete version of yourself. One that is no longer ruled by the shadow but knows how to integrate and coexist with it. Carl Jung once said, "Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens." This quote reflects his profound philosophy on the human mind, a complex and mysterious world where hidden thoughts, emotions, and memories are constantly at play. Jung believed that our mind is like a labyrinth, filled with countless pathways leading to the priceless treasures of self-awareness. However, not everyone dares to embark on that journey of discovery. Most of us are caught up in the demands of daily life, preoccupied with responsibilities, work, and everyday concerns. Meanwhile, the deepest layer of the mind, the unconscious, continues to operate silently, shaping our thoughts and behaviors in ways we don't always realize. According to Jung, it is not a coincidence if someone repeatedly appears in your thoughts. It may be a crucial signal from your subconscious, a reminder that something within you needs attention. Imagine your mind as an iceberg. The visible tip above the water represents your conscious mind, where you actively control your thoughts, emotions, and daily actions. But the vast submerged portion, the unconscious, is where the real depth lies. Holding repressed desires, unresolved fears, forgotten memories, and unacknowledged aspects of yourself. It can hold multiple meanings when someone unexpectedly and repeatedly occupies your mind. Perhaps they said or did something that triggered a long-buried memory you never fully resolved. Maybe they embody a quality you secretly desire: confidence, creativity, decisiveness, or compassion. Or perhaps they reflect a part of yourself that you have unconsciously rejected. For example, if you find yourself drawn to someone's courage, it might be a sign that you, too, long to live a bolder, more assertive life. However, this does not mean you are destined to be obsessed with them forever. Their presence in your thoughts is merely a signal, an invitation to turn inward and ask, what within me is asking to be heard? When you start seeking answers not in them, but within yourself, you'll realize that the key to unlocking these persistent thoughts doesn't lie in the external world. It lies in your connection with yourself. And when you dare to confront the deeper layers of your mind, you will gain a clearer understanding of those around you and awaken to your true self. Carl Jung once said that most of our emotions toward others do not originate from them, but rather reflect something hidden within ourselves. Whether it's admiration, affection, frustration, or annoyance, these feelings are often not mere reactions to the other person. They are the subconscious mind's way of revealing aspects of ourselves that remain unacknowledged or suppressed. Have you ever admired someone for their decisiveness and strength, only to realize that deep down, you also long to possess that same confidence? Or have you ever felt irritated by someone's arrogance, only to recognize, if you're truly honest with yourself, that you too have a tendency toward arrogance but refuse to admit it? This is the psychological phenomenon known as projection, where we unconsciously assign our unaccepted traits to others. Jung believed that projection is a natural psychological mechanism that occurs when a part of us is repressed or not fully recognized. Instead of acknowledging that these traits belong to us, we project them onto the external world, seeing them in others and reacting either positively or negatively. This explains why we might admire someone, not because they are inherently more special than others, but because they embody a quality we wish to cultivate in ourselves. Conversely, we might judge or resent someone, not because they are truly terrible, but because they mirror a part of us that we don't want to confront. A simple way to recognize projection is to ask yourself, what does this truly reveal about me? If you feel drawn to someone, consider whether they represent something you feel is lacking in your own life. If you dislike or judge someone, reflect on whether you might be rejecting a similar trait within yourself. Becoming aware of this psychological mechanism can help you better control your emotions and develop a deeper understanding of yourself. Instead of allowing others to unconsciously influence your mind, you can use your reactions as a mirror to look inward, allowing you to accept, adjust, and grow. When you realize your intense emotions toward others reflect your inner world, you will no longer be unconsciously driven by admiration or resentment. Instead, you will gain the opportunity to mature and discover yourself deeper. Have you ever thought about someone all day, only to suddenly receive a message from them? Or have you repeatedly had someone on your mind, only to unexpectedly run into them at a cafe or on the street, even though you hadn't seen them in a long time? Such experiences often leave us astonished, making us feel as if there is an invisible connection between us and the other person. Carl Jung referred to this phenomenon as synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that ordinary cause and effect relationships cannot explain. This suggests that while there may be no logical reason for these events, they still carry significance, influencing your thoughts and emotions as if delivering a message from the universe or from your subconscious mind. Jung believed that synchronicity is not just a series of random coincidences, but could be a sign of something deeper at play. When someone keeps appearing in your thoughts, and then a series of unexpected events brings them closer to you, it may serve as a reminder that they hold significance in your personal growth journey. They might symbolize a lesson you need to learn, an unexplored aspect of yourself, or even an unfinished chapter in your life story. Synchronicity is not limited to personal relationships. It can also manifest in major life decisions. You might be contemplating a new path, and suddenly, you keep encountering signs pointing you in that direction, such as a book falling into your hands at the right moment, offering the exact insight you need, or a stranger saying something that feels as if it were meant specifically for you. Jung encouraged us not to ignore these signals. Instead of dismissing them as meaningless coincidences, view them as opportunities for introspection and self-discovery. When a synchronistic event occurs, ask yourself, what is this trying to tell me? Am I missing an important message from my subconscious? Sometimes, the things you perceive as mere coincidences are life's way of guiding you toward a truth you must uncover. The universe has subtle ways of communicating with you, and synchronicity may be one of them. If you pay attention and listen, you might find the answers you've been searching for, not from the outside world, but from deep within your soul. Have you ever wondered why someone keeps lingering in your thoughts, even when you're not consciously thinking about them? It could be someone you once loved, a stranger who left a strong impression, or even someone you dislike. But regardless of who they are, their repeated presence in your mind is not just a coincidence. Carl Jung believed that when someone persistently occupies your thoughts, they may be reflecting an aspect of yourself, something you have yet to fully recognize, accept, or develop. Perhaps you admire them because they possess a quality you secretly wish to have. Maybe they irritate you because they remind you of a trait within yourself that you don't want to face. Or they could simply symbolize something deeper in your journey. This is not a coincidence. It may be an opportunity for you to gain deeper self-awareness and explore the hidden layers of your psyche. When someone repeatedly appears in your thoughts, ask yourself, what are they reflecting within me? Why am I having such a strong reaction to them? How does this relate to what I am experiencing or need to learn? These questions can open doors to insights you might have otherwise overlooked. Instead of allowing yourself to be consumed by obsession or confusion over why they keep appearing, use this as a tool for self-growth. Treat it as a mirror reflecting your desires, fears, or the missing pieces within you. Because in the end, the real focus is not on them, it's on you. These persistent thoughts are not truly about them, but about what your subconscious is trying to tell you. And when you dare to listen and confront yourself, you can transform what seems like a meaningless mental fixation into an opportunity for growth and self-discovery.